Oh, you already know what it is. You already know what it is. So in past episodes, I have explained that I deliver weed as one of my side jobs. Got a text. Sorry. So yeah, I deliver weed and I don't smoke weed. Go figure. Nothing against you if you do smoke weed. Do your thing if you're overage. But every time I work, I think about the last time I smoked weed in public, which is the best to me.
Hell yes.
And the last time I smoked weed in public was like 7-8 years ago. It's like one of those times where all of your friend groups like just all come together. It's just a phenomenal time. And we go to this party and it's freezing. It's like 30 degrees outside, but that don't stop you. That don't stop you when you're 21, 22, 23, 24. I can keep going. You will party through an avalanche. It don't matter. And before the party started, we were all standing outside and we were standing in the circle, and the girl whose house it was comes outside. She's like, "You guys trying to smoke?" And we're like, "Yes." And she goes, "Okay, I have this weed that my friend who's a medical professional got for me. Now be careful. It's strong." And we look at each other and we're like, okay. And she takes out this wooden box with the weed. There's like a compartment to ground up the weed in the bottom. And you smoke it out of this like porcelain fake cigarette. And she grinds it up and we start smoking. We pass it around and we are chuckling on the inside because we're like, she thinks we're going to get high. But remember, if somebody's doing you a favor, you don't talk about what they're doing when they're doing you the favor. And time passes and I start shivering, just shivering uncontrollably. I'm like, I'm gonna go use the bathroom. So I go in the bathroom and I'm looking at myself and my eyes are not functioning. I am high as fuck. And I start doing that thing, when you're a little turnt and you go in the bathroom and it's like, you got like, I don't know, whatever song playing in your head, you're just feeling yourself. And I must have been in there for like 10 minutes because I'm just out of my mind. You lose all track of time when you're high. You're out of touch with reality. Everything is better. But you have no concept of time. Once again, when you get high, you're in Interstellar. You're the main character in Interstellar at the end when he's flying through the string theory and he's like seeing his daughter through library books. If you know what was happening right there, you're a fucking liar. You're lying.
No one knows what happened at the end of Interstellar.
And I come out and everyone's inside. Music's playing. It's a great time. And I just see my friend come around the corner and he's dying laughing. And I'm like, what's so funny? And he just calls us over. He can't talk. And we come around the corner. And one of my homegirls is sitting on a guy's lap on the couch in the middle of the party with a blanket over them. And they are having sex in the middle of the party. You got to understand something. Sober, that's insane. If you combine that with the fact that I have just smoked Elon Musk jet fuel, I mean, I couldn't, when you just cannot process something. You're trying to think of every explanation as to why something is going on. I just lost for words. Was it hilarious? Yes. So we're all just sitting there watching her have sex with this dude that we don't know. And we're just kind of looking at each other, trying not to look, but also definitely trying to look. So we all just kind of go away into the kitchen. Time goes on. They're smashing. Hopefully. Maybe they stopped. I don't remember. Like I said, I have no clue where I am. I'm out of my mind. And then I hear, "Fuck you, what you trying to do?" Ah. And I come around the corner, and that guy is getting into a fight with her best friend because he's trying to like pull her off of him. So now they're about to fight. And at this point, I'm getting, it's very hard to get like upset when you're high, but I'm really about to have to defend somebody when I'm just out of my mind, faded. So that's going on. They move outside. They're arguing. I'm sitting there. I'm just staring because I'm like, if anything pops off, I'm useless. So let me try to like pretend like I'm about to do something. Stand in the corner, like try to like not break it up, but also kind of break it up. And they're arguing. While they're arguing, 3 guys randomly get in a fight like 10 feet in front of me that I have no clue who they are. At this point, I'm overstimulated. My friend is getting smashed in the living room. My other friend's about to fight somebody twice his size. I have 3 random dudes fighting in front of me, and I can't move. I'm still trying to process how Matthew McConaughey's communicating with his daughter through library books and a watch. And at the same time, I have 50,000 things going on around me. I can't help with any of them. So essentially what I'm watching is a guy get f***ed up by 2 other guys, and he's holding his own. It wasn't like one of those things that was disturbing that you might see on like, I was about to reference real TV.
My references are awful.
So I'm sitting there taking all this information in, and my buddy comes up to me, and he's out of his mind high too. And we're just kind of watching this guy fight. And we're sitting there, and he goes, "I think I'm going to help him." And I go, "I hear you, but if you jump in, I'm not helping you." And he's like, "Yeah, you're probably right." And we continue to watch the fight. Somebody else comes, they break it up. I'm still so high, and I'm like, I'm gonna go sit down. And I'm bent over with like my arms on my knees, on my head in my lap. And the girl whose stuff it was comes over to me, and she sits down, and she's trying to talk to me, and I'm like, I cannot give you anything right now. You want a conversation with me? Like, go, please. I'm not the guy at the moment. Let me have 1 second. And she starts rubbing my arm, and it's like on fire. Like, I don't know what was in this, but it wasn't right. And she's rubbing my arm, and it's hurting me. And I'm just like, hey, can you please stop doing this? And I felt bad. I felt bad for telling her to stop rubbing my arm. And I think about her from time to time. And I also think about that she was also probably higher than me. And then it makes me feel good, and I'm back to normal. So after that happened, I kind of took a break from the weed. But I understand why people do it. It does make things feel better. It makes things funnier. It makes food taste better. And it does, tap into some creativity. However, I don't think it's for everyone. I don't think it's something for me. When I smoke, I actually get like productive. I'm like the worst person high because I get responsible. I filled out a college application high one time, did the whole personal essay and everything. And it's just like, it defeats the purpose, bro. Just do something else, drink some coffee. For me, it's like, I probably won't start smoking again until I get to the level of success that like I want to be at. I also feel like weed brings out who you really are. I think that if you're talkative and you smoke, you become more talkative. I think that if you hibernate, you're probably a little more homebody-ish. That's okay too. Ain't nothing wrong with that. I wonder whatever happened to that dude who was getting fucked up in the front yard. Sorry, bro.